Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's a paper tiger. Hello and welcome, everyone. Today we're diving into the world of military aviation, focusing on the Sukhoi Su-57, Russia's answer to the F-22 Raptor and F-35 Lightning II. It's got the sleek looks, but the US military seems to think it's about as intimidating as a kitten in a shark costume. That's right, they're calling it a paper tiger. So what's the deal? Why is the US so quick to dismiss Russia's supposed top-of-the-line fighter jet? Buckle up, because we're about to dissect everything from its stealth capabilities to its production woes.
All right, let's talk stealth. It's the bread and butter of any fifth-generation fighter jet. And when it comes to stealth, the Su-57 seems to have missed the memo.
The Americans took stealth seriously. The F-35 and F-22 were designed to be invisible to radar. The Su-57, on the other hand, is more like a chameleon wearing a reflective vest.
It's trying, but the design just doesn't scream stealth. For starters, you've got those exposed engine nozzles.
Then there are the angular radar reflecting surfaces, bouncing radar signals around like a disco ball.
Even the Russians have admitted that the Su-57's radar cross-section isn't as impressive as they initially claimed.
And the Su-57, well, let's just say it's not exactly tiptoeing through that library.
It's definitely got some tricks up its sleeve, but compared to the F-35 and F-22, it's like comparing a stage magician to David Copperfield. One is impressive, the other, well, you can still see the bunny's tail sticking out. So, while the Su-57 might claim to be a master of disguise, the reality is a little less invisible.
Let's move on from stealth and talk about engines.
And unfortunately for the Su-57, its engine situation is about as smooth as a bear riding a unicycle. Most Su-57s currently in service are still using the older AL-41 F1 engines.
It's like trying to win a Formula One race with a car from the 80s. One of the biggest drawbacks of these older engines is their lack of true supercruise capability.
The F-22 Raptor can supercruise like a champ. The Su-57, on the other hand, has to rely on its afterburners.
Russia knows this is a problem, which is why they've been working on a new engine, the Izdeliya 30.
But here's the catch. The Izdeliya 30 has been in development for over a decade.
So, for the foreseeable future, the Su-57 is stuck with engines that are about as cutting-edge as a cassette tape in a world of Spotify. It's a classic case of, could be great, if only...
Okay, let's talk numbers. Specifically, the number of Su-57s actually in service compared to its American counterparts.
The F-35 program is a well-oiled machine, with over 1,000 jets in service worldwide. The Su-57, on the other hand, has less than 30 in service.
That's right, less than 30. You could probably fit them all on a football field.
There are a few reasons for this. First, Russia's economy hasn't exactly been hitting it out of the park.
Then there are the sanctions, which are basically the international community's way of saying, we're not sure we trust you with all this fancy military hardware.
And finally, there are the technological hurdles. Remember those engine problems we talked about?
The bottom line is this. While the F-35 is out there racking up frequent flyer miles, the Su-57 is still struggling to get off the ground. And until Russia can address its production woes, the Su-57 will remain a rare bird, more likely to be seen in a hangar than soaring through the skies.
All right, let's talk tech. Because in the world of modern fighter jets, it's not just about brute strength and speed, it's about having the brains to match.
And when it comes to avionics and sensor fusion, the Su-57 seems to be stuck in the era of 8-track tapes. The F-35 is a technological marvel with an incredible helmet display.
Pilots can see through the aircraft, track multiple targets, and share information with other jets in real time.
The Su-57, on the other hand, has powerful radar but lacks in sensor fusion.
It's like having a bunch of ingredients for a cake, but no recipe.
And then there's battlefield networking. The F-35 can seamlessly link up with other aircraft, ground units, and even satellites. The Su-57's networking capabilities, however, are a little more, shall we say, dial-up.
In the world of modern warfare, information is king, and unfortunately for the Su-57, it seems to be stuck with a dial-up connection in a 5G world. It's like having a team of all-star players who can't communicate with each other.
All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Because when it comes to evaluating a fighter jet's true capabilities, actual combat experience trumps all the fancy specs.
The F-35 and F-22 have proven their worth in real-world combat scenarios. The Su-57, on the other hand, has a combat record about as extensive as my knowledge of interpretive dance.
Sure, it was deployed to Syria, but it was more of a cameo appearance than a starring role.
Russia claims that the Su-57 performed flawlessly in Syria, but they've been suspiciously quiet about the details.
The truth is, without real battle-tested experience, it's impossible to say how the Su-57 would actually perform in a high-pressure combat situation.
So, until the Su-57 has a few more notches on its belt, it's hard to shake the feeling that it's all hype and no substance.
The bottom line is this: the F-35 and F-22 have proven themselves in the crucible of combat. The Su-57 is still waiting for its chance to shine.
Gap 3S. Now let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. The Su-57 does boast some impressive technological advancements and innovations that set it apart from other fighter jets. For starters, its integrated avionics system, known as the IMA-BK, is designed to process vast amounts of data from various sensors, providing the pilot with a comprehensive situational awareness. This system is said to be on par with those found in the F-35 and F-22. Another significant innovation is the Su-57's stealth technology. While there are debates about its effectiveness, the aircraft's composite materials and radar-absorbing coatings represent a leap forward in Russian aerospace engineering. Experts like aviation analyst Justin Bronk have noted that these advancements could potentially make the Su-57 harder to detect than previous Russian jets. The Su-57 also features advanced thrust vectoring engines, which contribute to its exceptional maneuverability. This capability allows the jet to perform complex aerial maneuvers that could give it an edge in dogfights. Dr. Carlo Kopp, an expert in military aviation, has praised the Su-57's aerodynamic design, calling it a formidable opponent in close-quarters combat. Moreover, the Su-57 is equipped with cutting-edge weaponry, including the K-77M missile, which has an active electronically scanned array AESA radar seeker. This missile is designed to engage targets at long ranges with high precision, potentially giving the Su-57 a lethal first strike capability. However, it's important to balance these innovations with the reality of their implementation. While the Su-57's technology is impressive on paper, the true test will be how these systems perform in real-world combat scenarios. Until then, the Su-57 remains a tantalizing blend of potential and uncertainty. So, what do you think? Are these technological advancements enough to elevate the Su-57 above its Western counterparts, or are they just overhyped gizmos? While we've delved into the technical aspects of the Su-57, it's crucial to consider the broader geopolitical implications of its development and deployment. The introduction of this advanced fighter jet into Russia's arsenal has far-reaching consequences that extend beyond the battlefield. To start, let's hear from military analyst Michael Kaufman, who points out that the Su-57 serves as a symbol of Russia's ambition to reassert its influence on the global stage. The Su-57 is more than just a fighter jet, it's a statement, Kaufman explains. It's Russia's way of signaling to the world that it's still a formidable military power capable of producing cutting-edge technology. However, the geopolitical landscape is complex, and the Su-57's impact isn't universally seen as a game-changer. Geopolitical expert Dr. Elizabeth Wishnick notes that while the Su-57 may bolster Russia's military image, it also raises concerns among neighboring countries and NATO allies. The deployment of the Su-57 could trigger an arms race in the region, Dr. Wishnick warns. Countries like Poland and the Baltic states may feel compelled to enhance their own military capabilities in response. Furthermore, the Su-57's development has economic implications. Russia has invested heavily in this project, and its success or failure could influence the country's defense budget and economic stability. Economist Sergei Guriev points out that the financial strain of developing and maintaining a fleet of Su-57s could divert resources from other critical areas, potentially impacting Russia's broader economic health. On the international stage, the Su-57's deployment could also affect Russia's relationships with other major powers. For instance, China, which has its own fifth-generation fighter, the J-20, might view the Su-57 as both a competitor and a potential ally in countering Western military dominance. According to geopolitical strategist Ian Bremmer, China and Russia may find common ground in their shared interest to challenge the United States and its allies, potentially leading to closer military cooperation. In summary, the The Su-57 is not just a marvel of engineering but also a significant player in the geopolitical chess game. Its development and deployment will undoubtedly influence global military strategies, regional security dynamics, and international relations. What are your thoughts on the geopolitical ramifications of the Su-57? As we look to the future, what lies ahead for the Su-57 program? Despite its current challenges, there are several potential upgrades and developments that could significantly alter its trajectory. First, let's talk about upgrades. Russian defense experts have hinted at several enhancements in the pipeline, including more advanced avionics, improved stealth materials, and even the integration of artificial intelligence for better decision-making in combat scenarios. These upgrades could address some of the current criticisms and elevate the Su-57 to a more competitive standing among fifth-generation fighters. But what about export opportunities? The Su-57 has already garnered interest from countries like India and Turkey, who are looking to bolster their own air forces with advanced technology. Successful exports could not only bring in much-needed revenue for Russia, but also help to spread the Su-57's operational footprint globally, making it a more prominent player in international air combat dynamics. Moreover, the Su-57's future impact on global air combat dynamics should not be underestimated. If the planned upgrades are successfully implemented and the jet finds its way into the arsenals of multiple countries, it could shift the balance of power in various regions. Imagine a scenario where multiple nations field Su-57s. This could compel other countries to accelerate their own fifth-generation fighter programs, potentially leading to a new wave of technological advancements and strategic recalibrations. In essence, the Su-57's journey is far from over. Its future prospects hinge on overcoming current hurdles and capitalizing on opportunities for growth and expansion. Whether it becomes a formidable force in global air combat or remains a work in progress will depend on the decisions made in the coming years. What do you think? Will the Su-57 rise to meet these challenges, or will it falter under the weight of its own ambitions? So, there you have it. The Sukhoi Su-57, Russia's supposed fifth-generation fighter jet that's supposed to send shivers down the spines of its enemies. But after taking a closer look, it seems like those shivers might be more from a slight breeze than genuine fear. With its questionable stealth capabilities, engine woes, limited production numbers, less than stellar avionics, and lack of real-world combat experience, the Su-57 has a lot to prove. It's like showing up to a dog show with a chihuahua dressed as a Doberman. It might fool some people from a distance, but get a little closer and the illusion quickly fades. But hey, this is just one man's opinion. What do you think? Is the Su-57 destined to become a true apex predator of the skies, or will it forever be relegated to the realm of paper tigers? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the world of military tech.